Being consistent is how you win. So many people come to me saying that I am not getting the results that I want. I'm not getting the clients that I want. My YouTube channel is not doing as well as I want. And I don't know what to do. Can you please help me? And a lot of the times, my first question is like, well, how often are you focusing on that thing? How often are you putting out YouTube videos? How often are you reaching out to clients? How often are you doing these things? And usually it would be once a week, or when I feel like it, or when I have the energy. Well, obviously, you're not getting the results that you want just because you're just simply not consistent. And it's frustrating because a lot of people give up really quickly. I work with different people all the time. And in the beginning of their journey, it's exciting. It's exciting to work on a YouTube channel because you have not made videos before. But it's not that exciting when you do it every single day. You still love what you do, but the excitement is not quite there because it's just a daily practice. That's what you have to do over and over and over again. If you look at Coach's Corner, I think I started this, I don't know, almost a year ago, and I did it every single day. And sure, I have missed a couple of days here and there because I was traveling and all of that. And when I did miss those days, I have to be honest with you, it felt like crap. It felt like I was not being consistent. I was letting myself down. I was letting people down. And I knew that the only way for me to get better, the whole reason why I do this is because I love connecting with you guys. Also, I want to have a good message and be able to speak properly in a concise manner in a short amount of time. And that takes practice. That's why I do this every single day. But most of you are not doing that, not doing that at all. And as a coach, I hear about this all the time, even with my ongoing clients. Usually, I would give them some sort of practice to do on a regular basis till we meet again. And then when they come back and say, well, you know what, I'm still suffering from the same symptoms, I'm still having the same issues. Well, have you been meditating every single day? If that's the practice I gave them, have you been reaching out to 100 clients a day? And if the answer is no, what the fuck do you want me to do? Right? What do you want me to do about it? If you're not doing the actual work, I can't make miracles happen. I just can't. If I was a doctor and I gave you some pills to take because you're not feeling well, you have a cold or something, and I give you pills, I'm like, look, you have to take these pills for the next 14 days, right? And that's how you're going to get better. You have to take these pills every single day at a certain time after you eat for 14 days. And that's how your cold is going to go away. Would you come back to the doctor 3 days from then and just say, well, I don't know, doctor, I still have this cold. I don't know what to do. The doctor is probably going to ask you, have you been taking those pills? And if the answer is no, well, what do you want me to do? Go take your pills, right? I know this is tough love coming my way to you guys, but I want you guys to win. I want you to succeed in the things that you are doing. And I know it's hard to stay consistent, especially in the beginning when you're not seeing the results. Like going to the gym, you work out, like going to the gym and working on your physical body, staying consistent physically is a lot easier because you actually feel it. You feel the results. Like I just started working out consistently in the last couple of days, and I already feel my muscles feeling sore and all of that. And it's like it's good. It's a good feeling. So it's good to stay consistent. You're like, I'm seeing the results. But a lot of the other things, the personal development thing, like meditation every single day, is that doing any better? I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to start to feel the benefits of it. I don't know. But all I know, it's going to work. So you have to just stay consistent. And I want to share with you a couple of things to kind of help yourself being consistent as well, because I know it's hard. Me too. I'm consistent 90% of the time. And 10% of the time, I just say, fuck it. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. But I'm a pretty consistent person. So the first thing is if you are the kind of person who gets easily distracted, then you need a schedule. You need a schedule that will hold you accountable. And now, schedule is a very personal thing. You want to make sure that you're scheduling around the things that will move you forward to being the best version of you, not somebody else's schedule of being the best version of themselves, having a schedule that will make you the best version of you. So make a list of all the things that you want to focus on. Maybe you could start by auditing your day. What are the, like, write down every single thing that you do in your day, every single thing, every random thing that you do. And ask yourself, look at every single thing that you do and ask yourself the question, is this moving me towards being the best version of myself? Is this moving me towards getting more clients? Is this moving me towards being more fit? Whatever your goal is. And if the answer is no, then find a way to get rid of that thing. You don't need to do it. It's a waste of time. Once you do that, then you put it in your schedule and see what are the things that you can do and be realistic about it. Like don't cram your schedule and be intense about it, and that only works a week, and then your consistency is going to fall flat. The second thing is to have some kind of accountability system that really works. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe you declare on social media saying that you're going to be doing this thing every single day. Maybe it's a Facebook group that you join. Whatever it is, have some sort of accountability system to help you stay consistent. And the last thing is, this is what you want to do, right? Keep the promises that you make to yourself. Like, don't let yourself down. Remember why you started in the first place. This is for you. You are consistent in going into work for somebody else every single day, but yet you don't show up for yourself every single day. This is what you want to do with your life. So do it. Remember that, shifting the mindset, putting yourself first. You show up for everybody else consistently, but you don't do it for yourself. But do that. All right, guys, I'm going to walk over to chat to see what you guys have got. I know consistency is not a sexy thing. It's not super exciting, but you know what? Consistency is how you win. It's absolutely true. If you look at all the amazing people in the world who have had a big amount of success, they are consistent. Doesn't matter if you're in the fitness world, in the entrepreneurship space, in the personal development space, everybody is consistent. But yet, consistency is a thing that people struggle the most because you're always attracted to the next shiny thing. Don't be attracted to the next shiny thing. Just stay consistent. And you will see that one day things are going to change for you. You just don't know when that is. Maybe it's 4 years from now. Maybe it's 4 months from now. Maybe it's, who knows, 40 years. No, let's hope it's not 40 years from now. But you just don't know. Okay, let me see what you guys have got here. I know I'm changing my times around for my Coach's Corner as well. Hello. So Antoine is saying hi. Hi. Tanvir is saying nice to see you. So Tanvir Singh has a question. How to handle pressure when you give other people a date that on that particular date, I'm going to do this and that thing. I don't, Tanvir, I don't understand the question. What is the pressure that you are putting on yourself? You just do it. You show up. Right? It builds your character. It builds self-respect. When you tell someone that you are going to do something at a particular date, you can do it. That's it. I think a lot of the times, and you know what, Tanvir, I'm not picking on you or anything like that, but I'm just using using you as an example because a lot of people struggle with this, and myself included. We're always asking ourselves the question like, how do you do this? How do you handle the pressure? How do you this? How do you that? Like dissecting every single thing. The reality is the easiest thing to do is just to fucking do it. That's it. Just do it. If you're going to promise someone at a certain date, you just show up. You want to promise yourself in doing something, just show up. That's it. I think, in the personal development world, like we're so focused on like dissecting every single thing. I have this problem. Well, why do you think that is? How do you do this? How do you do that? Just fucking do it. Just do it. I know I sound like a tired, grumpy person, but I think we focus too much on what we're not doing and why we don't do it instead of actually just doing it. That's how you build momentum. You're never going to know the how to everything. You discover the how by actually doing it. So you just do it. That's it. I'm unsure. I'm unsure. So Tanvi, you're saying I'm unsure that that will I be able to do that thing? No, you have to have full confidence that you will have to do it, and ask yourself the question that first of all, like, why is there such a fear around it? You just do it. You have to have the confidence that you're going to show up. You're going to do it. If you booked an appointment with someone, say a doctor, right? We're using the doctor analogy right now. If you booked an appointment with a doctor, what do? You show up on that time. You don't ask yourself the question, like, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. Now, if you're asking me a question that you feel like you have committed to a particular date and you have overcommitted, and now you're overwhelmed and you don't know if you're going to show up, then have the honest conversation with that person. Just say that I told you I'm going to show up on October 5th, but it's not going to happen. Have the honest conversation. And if it's something that is that if it's something that is one off kind of thing. But if you do it over and over again, and I have had this issue too, like it develops a reputation for you too, right? Of someone who gives someone a certain date and they just don't show up. And eventually people will think that, oh, well, Tanvir just never shows up on a date. He just doesn't know that he. So build self-respect by actually doing it. Do the thing. Do it. Try your best. I often ask people the question, like, are you doing your best? And the honest answer is never yes. Very rarely, I do have people coming to me and just say, you know what, I'm doing everything that I can. I am focused. I'm doing everything I can, but for some weird reason, I'm just not getting the results and I'm tired. I have come across one person like that in my entire time that I've been a coach. One person. And that's when you have to see things in a different perspective. Maybe there's certain things that they're not seeing. But most people, you're not doing your best, man. You're not. You're not being consistent and you're not doing your best. You're not doing your best. And myself included. Right? I can't bitch and complain about a lot of things because I know that I could do better. I know I could be more consistent. And I just gotta keep going. And you do it from a place of love and from a place of compassion that you care about yourself and you want to build that character. Um, but just also be honest with yourself. You're not actually doing it. So instead of worrying about the how and what's going to happen in the future or how people are going to react and all of that kind of stuff, just actually do it. That's it. All right. Hopefully that answers your question. I know I'm giving lots of tough love today, but it's the truth. Okay. Consistency. Okay, so Antoine is saying consistency has always been a problem for me. How do you commit more? Um, yeah, it is. It's always a problem, right? Day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. That's basically what consistency is. The first thing is don't worry about committing more because I think the reason why people struggle with consistency in the first place is that they actually overwhelm themselves. Like, for example, let's use a gym analogy. If you want to get fit and you want to stay consistent in the gym, you're probably not going to spend 8 hours of your day at the gym. Or you're not going to lift the heaviest weight there if you're just starting out. Because what's going to happen with you is you're going to get extremely sore. You're going to feel like shit the next day. And you're probably not going to be consistent because now you have a bad taste in your mouth after that. So what you want to do is you want to approach it. So, well, first of all, let me ask you too, what is it that what thing are you struggling with consistency with? What is it? So answer that question and then maybe we can use the actual example instead of me making up examples, is the fact that ease into it slowly, right? One of the things that I struggle with consistency with right now is I want to reach out to more people on social media, and I'm doing this thing called the Fast Pass to Freedom. So what it is maybe you guys could also take some tips on this. Is looking up for a hashtag that your ideal client or customer or audience is going to post under, and you write the best comment possible for them. And I struggle with consistency with that is because I hate writing. I just do. I just can't stand writing. I would much rather make a video for people than write. But you know what? I also understand the reason why I'm doing it because I want to reach out to people. I want to form genuine connections with people. And eventually, that could become a client. Great. So I have to remind myself of that. And recently, I have been doing 100 comments a day. It's an hour and a half to 2 hours of my day, and I just do it. I put in my schedule and I do it. That's it. I don't think twice about it. I think again, we focus a lot on why we don't do certain things, and we think about the outcome of it, and we think about what other people will think, than actually just doing the thing. So, no need to question it. I hope that helps, but putting in your schedule really helps, and easing into it slowly. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, so we got this. Okay, so uh, all right, okay, so let me see. Tanvir Singh is like, how should I manage my school life and working on my passion and ideas? Because I have spent 7 hours a day in school and studying 4 hours. I don't get time to work on my ideas sometimes. Okay, well, 7 hours a day in school and 4 hours studying. So that's how many? That's 11 hours. There's 24 hours in a day. You have time to work on your business. You just do. Let me give you an example. And you know what, Tanvir? I think the common theme that I'm seeing here in the chat is that there's just a lot of excuses. And they might be actual real reasons, but there are people with less time than you that's still making it happen. Just work on it, right? Spend half an hour a day, spend an hour a day, right? What are you doing? 11 hours, that's 24 hours in a day, right? That's less than half your day you're committing to school. So stop making excuses. And I'm going to give you an example of how I worked on my business. So I haven't always been doing this on a full-time basis. I did that on a part-time basis. I have done workshops on a part-time basis. I also help myself grow. When I did that for years, I did this. So I worked a corporate job like everybody else, and I worked at least 10 hours a day in the corporate world, right? And I also taught dance classes 3 hours a night. So I found the time to do it. Maybe you give up watching Netflix. Maybe you give up seeing certain friends. Maybe you give up just certain things. You know, sure, it's not easy. It's just not. I'm not saying that this is the world that everyone should live in, right? But if this is something you want to do, then understand that you have to make certain sacrifices. And using your school and your studying as an excuse is not going to help you. Be honest with yourself. If you don't want to spend the time working on your business, then just tell the truth. I don't want to spend the time working on my business. And that's for everybody. We could have come up with a million damn excuses why we're not doing certain things. But while you're using that time to make up that excuses, maybe you could spend that time to work on the actual business or work on the actual thing that you care about. Okay. Antoine is saying social media making a content on YouTube. Um, okay, so Antoine, there are a couple of things that could help with that too. Is social media. Maybe you're talking about Instagram, putting in posts and everything. There's certain things that you can do. You could bulk your social media content if you want to. The YouTube videos, YouTube content is just find a way to bulk your videos and find an easy way to do it. Like, for example, I show up on my Coach's Corner every single weekday. So I do it 5 days a week. And it's easy for me to stay consistent on this content is because it doesn't require a lot of editing and different kinds of things because I understood that I wanted to invest my time doing something else. So find an easier way without having too much context in without without knowing too much context of the kind of video that you want to make is schedule it in schedule it in and bulk it if you can, right? One of the things that I struggled with in the beginning is putting out social media content like on my Instagram. So on my Instagram, I have a pretty simple template. I have a picture with a quote on it, and in the beginning, I just had a problem with keeping it consistent because I was always doing something else. I would do it at night. I would do it when I had a free time. So you have to put priority on it. Just, spend an hour doing it. But I don't exactly know what kind of video you're trying to make. So maybe you can send me a message later and then maybe I can help you out there a little bit more. All right. Okay, cool. At this point, I'm just gonna get going, guys, because I could stay here forever and ever and ever. If there's something you really want to do, you just gotta stay consistent and stop worrying about the how and why and all that kind of bullshit. Just do it. That's it. Just do it. Just go, 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 go. Do it. All right. Take care, guys. Have an awesome day.